Hello everyone and welcome to another entry in the Monster Spotlight series. Today we're talking about a very flashy unit who had a nice showing at SWC 2022's America's Cup, Carlos the Fire Weapon Master. And speaking of which, I just got back from New York at the time of recording yesterday, and that's why my voice sounds the way that it does. Look, that's me. Carlos got a really nice buff in the most recent balance patch that followed RTA Season 22. And Raigeki surprised all of us when he showed just how much fun this unit can be. So let's get into it. His passive says that whenever any monster passes away, he's gonna gain 100% attack bar. And that used to say 75, so now it's way better. Also, flavor-wise, it's called Collect Weapons, which I really dig, because whenever the unit is defeated, he gets half of their current attack power added onto his own, and that stacks up to 300%. So what that ends up looking like within the context of a game is a very stylish Raok, who for reference gets an additional turn whenever he defeats an enemy. Except Carlos gets a turn whenever anyone defeats anything. And I'd normally tell you to use your imagination to think about what that might look like, but in this case, you don't have to. The rest of his kit is actually shared with his brother Dominic. His second skill is going to hit 4 times, the first hit of which is going to try to apply a 2-turn brand. It also deals more damage when the target's HP is low, so it gets more and more likely to confirm a kill. His first skill is also the same, it hits twice and tries to apply a heal block. So with that passive in mind, try bringing him into RTA against potentially squishier comps or a Nana. Turns out, Carlos is really good at clearing out soul stones because he can chain kills off revived targets. Something that you need to be careful of though is bruiser comps. Carlos does really well up against squishy opponents, which means that the opposite is true as well. He does a little worse against tanky comps that try to accrue value over time. But he's right at home with snipe comps, and he works well in tandem with his brother, Dominic. Something to be conscious of though is that when you're in RTA, there will be times where you're going to run into an opponent who's just going to hard focus down your Carlos, and that's going to ruin your strategy. So if you have something like Vanessa or Nana to revive him, they pair very well. You can also go the route of cutting in and saving him with something akin to like an Abellio or a Shizuka to put a Soul Protect on him earlier. Of course, if you find that you're getting too hard targeted and you're having a hard time adjusting in RTA, you can also try bringing him against AI opponents in Guild Siege, and then you can focus all of your attention to damage stats and have a little bit more control over the outcome. As far as runes go, we're still in the early days of Carlos being used, but I've already seen him built on Vio Will or Rage Will. Though if you want to get a little spicy and have him sustain himself, and you have good damage vamp sets, you can put him on a set of those. Some folks are even choosing to pair that with Revenge. So that's a macro look at Carlos the Fire Weapon Master post-patch. If you have one, are you thinking about building him? Let me know how and if you are in the comments below. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.